Alright guys, so on today's trip we are going to be doing some winter camping out here in this state land. Now we got the Jeep, we've got some snow, we have some cool temperature, and a bit of fun. We're going to come out here, we're going to get some wood, we're going to get everything ready, and possibly light the tent on fire. More about that later. And just a fun update for those wondering. The trip on the way home, the Jeep, well, it started to break. The heat quit working, we have a whole bunch of issues going on with it, so today I just bought a Gladiator. So if you guys want to see more content on that, make sure to stick around. So despite it being winter, you guys can see that this road that we're currently on, it isn't a dirt road, it's not a back road. This is actually what's called a seasonal road. So this road here doesn't actually have any normal traffic. These are going to be all pretty much off-road vehicles. You guys can see the Jeep that was there in front of us. We only saw a few people out here tonight, given we saw one person past like 9 o'clock, and that was pretty much it. Today's trip, we're going to be doing things a little bit different than our average Temu haul. We'll talk about a couple of the things, but we are using a ton of things, from saws to cots to tents to cooking stuff. I mean, even the light bar on my Jeep right now is actually from Temu. I've had that one for a couple of years. I never actually did a review on it, but it's been running great for a couple of years, and you can see it's pretty bright. So for the most of this video, we're going to be just kind of camping, showing you what we do, testing it out, and trying to stay warm. Alright guys, I think we found our spot. We're thinking about right up here. As you guys can see, the snow's, she's a little deep, but she's not too bad. Now we are supposed to get 5 to 10 inches tonight, so it's already dark. We're gonna get set up. Yeah, just stand over there and I guess record a little bit of my work. I already found us a stick. Yay! Due to my poor organizational skills, which I tend to have, I did not bring the actual base to the tent. Instead, I brought a leftover awning from an old camper that I had. But we're going to make it work. It is very slippery though, but hey, it works. Alright, now right here, we're going to fast forward this part a bit, but I did want to cover a really important aspect that I completely missed in the last camping video. Packing down this tent isn't horrible, but fitting it back in the original bag is. So it just kind of became a piled mess for a while. Now, being cold out, we also ran into another issue here. The connections that hold the pump together snapped off. So as you can see here, my buddy had to hold the pipe in while I aired it up and kind of set it up. It also felt like it took way longer to pump up when it was cold. Now, when we pumped this thing up when it was warm, I'd say 2 to 3 minutes, and this thing was inflated and ready to go. Obviously, everything's a little bit harder in the cold, but we made it work. Alright guys, after much trouble, we got the tent set up. The little nubs on our pump broke, so that was fun. But yeah, here we are guys. Now we gotta gather some firewood. We want a light to help us saw this wood. Now when we're sawing this wood, we're also gonna be testing out 3 or 4 different saws from Temu that I've been buying. I've been buying this camping stuff for a long time. I know you guys want to see it, so let's start with this light and we'll go from there. This is going to be really nice for filming and just kind of helping us, especially if our headlamps die. All right, guys, this is called the Shine Trip. We have many of these different things that came. I don't know how any of them are going to work, but we absolutely need them to work. Ooh, that snaps together nice. That's pretty sweet. All right, come on over here. Let's see if we can saw through this log with it, huh? Let's try the other one on the same hole. It's kind of a weird angle. It doesn't have any kind of, I don't know, might work really good though. As you guys can tell, we are not professionals, but that one seems to be going a lot faster. All right, typical Temu, guys. Check it out. Almost identical in every possible way. Same blades. Honestly, they are identical, minus the stamp. Always something to look for. Let's see how she works.
Doesn't have much weight to it, that's for sure. It's very flimsy.
Let me try. Oh. Does have a screw in there, but it feels like it's coming loose, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably should get off. Yeah, I don't know if I trust this one. It's a little sketchy, isn't it?
A little sketchy.
That's your call, brother. Well, so far it's going pretty good. We're processing this tree. Now there are bears around here. They're smaller black bears. They don't normally come up to you, but you know, I do have protection just in case. If you're out in the woods doing anything crazy, just be aware of the animal population that's around you. Just something to think about. Guys, this is the one. This thing is stellar. It's already getting pretty late and we're getting hungry, so we're not going to be using the ferro rod or anything like that to start this fire, but we are going to be using these fire starters from Temu. If you guys saw my last camping video with the hammock, these things, they work great. I think I used these in a couple other things too, but considering most of the down wood we found is probably partially frozen, we're gonna need a little extra help. So let's get her started. Yeah, this one's not gonna be any type of bushcraft type stuff. If that's what you were looking for, I apologize. Get some of these bigger guys going. Just do a couple. All right, guys, in this section coming up here, this pipe is not the right kind of pipe to use. This is a gas pipe for venting fumes. This is not for fire. We figured this out later, but seriously, just a fair warning, it wasn't the actual Temu fireplace. It was 100% me buying the wrong pipe. All right, guys, next up, this is hot tent camping. If you guys remember this tent, we used this in the thunderstorm camping. Well, this area right here has a fire resistant material. So I need to cut out a hole for this 3-inch pipe. Hopefully this is the right pipe. This is kind of all Home Depot had. So let's cut it, slide her in, and we'll get it set up. About there. Now, guys, with this, we don't have to be too exact. The pipe's going to come through. We're going to give it a little bit of breather space. Some people probably get them really tight, but we don't have to worry about that too much. And that should do her. Now, we are a little close on this edge, but it should be okay. All right, guys, so here's how we plan to heat the hot tent. Now, I bought this a while ago. I don't know how much heat this is actually going to put out. This is a lot smaller than I thought it was, but it's pretty cool either way, so we'll give it a shot. Now, obviously, the floor in here isn't going to be fire resistant, so we also bought ourselves a fire resistant blanket, which is right here. All right, so it comes with this little adapter that just slots in pretty nicely. Then we put it in right there, and hopefully it's good to go. Again, this is tiny. This might not heat the place. We do have some -10-degree sleeping bags and a Mr. Buddy, just in case we aren't that hardcore. Not yet. If you guys like it, maybe we will be. So we'll get this started up here in a little bit just to test it out. But for now, we got to cook some food.
Don't move.
All right, guys, first ones I'm starting up are the homemade pizza brats. I'm pretty hyped about these. That might be a bit far, but we'll get them started and we'll sort it from there. All right. Well, this is the setup, guys. It's not perfect, but we think it's going to work. Hopefully we won't drop them in the fire again. We're going to attempt to boil the water on this little guy. Hopefully the isobutane isn't too cold. We'll see. This actually came from my very first Temu camping haul. This little top unit here. Obviously these little sterno stove gas tanks you can get at any hardware store pretty much. So get her open all the way. Clean out our pan. First, we'll see if she fires off. It's a good start. Okay, it's a little sketchy, guys. A little sketchy. All right, now we have to estimate 4 cups. I don't know how, guys, but that is somehow holding, so we'll just kind of let it run, see if it boils. Well, we had us some cooking coals, and then they started burning again. Aside from a couple of snafus, they're looking good. We just got to make sure we get them cooked all the way through. Water will boil eventually. I cannot believe this little thing's holding it up. It's a little sketchy. I'm keeping a close eye on it. The water is definitely taking a while to boil, but I did have to add some in the middle because I wanted to make sure we have enough. Because I am hungry. It is 9 o'clock at night. It is pitch black out, And now that we're not cutting quite as much wood, I'm getting a little cold, but not too bad. The brats are looking fantastic. A couple of them split open. We had some flames pop up, but I think they're going to be great either way. Got them over some nice coals. We had to get rid of the flames. Oh yeah. Just had ourselves a little trail visitor there. Our food's about done. This is looking really good. This is the cheddar and broccoli soup. Came right out of this nice little bag with some water. Now guys, I will say, ran into a small issue. This thing got the water hot, but this thing could not boil that pan of water. I seen that coming. It's okay. I stuck the pan down in the fire, which I actually might do again here in just a minute because we're going to heat her back up. We're going to pour her out and we're going to enjoy some food. Our broccoli cheddar soup is done. Give her a little test taste. See how she is. That is definitely edible. Not bad at all. I forgot to pick up some actual broccoli though. That probably would have really set this off. But now what I really want to try, I want to try them pizza brats. What do you think of the soup?
It's pretty good. Surprising for just being like out of the bag.
Well, how's the bacon?
Pretty good. You can definitely taste the crispy bacon in it.
We'll get you to the next one here in a minute. Get a bite of this. Oh, our light finally died. We're filming this part by the light of the fire. Hey guys, so this is actually my first time ever winter camping, and you know, it's not nearly as cold as I thought it would be. Given, once we stopped moving, definitely got colder. No question. Yeah, these pizza brats are really good. So guys, on this run, most of the stuff we're using is Temu, most of it, but not everything. Like I said, we brought a Mr. Buddy heater just in case. We also have my Blue Eddy power supply with us. Again, that's to charge the camera batteries, the phones, the lights. Because we definitely don't want to get stuck without lights. That'd be tough. Well, we're gonna relax and eat our food, and we'll show you guys inside here in a little bit. We'll show you the setup and what we got going on in there. All right, guys, this is the setup. So over there we have the super tiny stove. Now, we haven't really had a chance to come in here and keep refilling it. So we do have the Mr. Buddy here ready to go. It's kind of a disaster in here right now. You got Dale's Temu cot. You got my Temu cot, Temu light, and a mess all over the floor. It's just kind of how it's going to go. So we're going to get a little fire in that thing running. We're going to see if that ends up being warm enough to, you know, take the edge off in here. We will report back. That one was around $55, as you can see. We got our breath. Now, I totally forgot to bring a thermometer. So we're just going to have to play it by ear, kind of see how it feels. This thing looks so cool. Okay. Okay, guys. A little bit of an update. I don't know if it's the crappy Temu wood-burning stove thing or a bad choice of galvanized pipe, but there were a lot of chemical smells coming off of the heater itself. So if you look, there's no longer a heater there. Flap is closed. So I think it's about time we crawl into the sleeping bags. We do have the Mr. Buddy going, but being the brilliant person that I am, I forgot the CO2 monitor, so we can't leave that on low. But we got the sleeping bags. We get too cold, we wake up, turn it on, all good. So I'm gonna climb into the sleeping bag, guys. We'll see you in the morning. Well, I'm awake. It's about 8 a.m. It got down to negative 12 Celsius, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. This is a negative 10 bag. Probably should have gone a little lower, but I wasn't planning this trip too well. This is all kind of last minute. We got a bunch of snow last night. I'll show you guys outside here in just a little bit, but I woke up about 4 and I moved and I touched the side of the tent and heard a ton of snow slide off. So we're going to get up here. We're going to kind of start packing things up and see how it all looks. Alright guys, that's going to be about it for this camping trip. The Temu tent held up amazing. Now, as you guys have watched the previous video know, I bought that one from Amazon. But after the comments, I did buy a second one from Temu just to make sure it was actually identical, and they are. It's just the new one's a lot nicer, so I decided to keep that one at home for now. The tent held up great. If we had left the wood-burning stove going, we might have died, because it started to melt the pipe inside. That is entirely my own fault. I don't think that has anything to do with the actual Temu stove. So it was a fun one, guys. If you guys want to see more like this, if you guys have any questions on any of the stuff we use, from the backpack to the cots, we use so much Temu stuff in this video, it's not even funny. Post them in the comments. I'm going to be answering every comment for the first about week. Alright guys, I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.